Okay, hi everyone. We'll start in a while. Let's see if there's any more of your colleagues coming in. So if you're able to do on the camera so that we can interact like as though it's a in-person kind of session, yeah. So the training is live stream on YouTube so that you can get the recording, right? And I will make the recording available to Constance or to CSC, yeah. So we'll start in about 5 minutes time, right? And basically we have about an hour that we'll talk and sharing, and then feel free to ask questions if you have any, yeah. We will start at about 2:05, yeah. All right, we'll start now. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Eugene. We're gonna start with the secrets of a searchable profile, and today we will um, discover what is it like to create a searchable profile in LinkedIn, right? So we're gonna start right now, and today we're gonna discover how do we create a searchable profile in LinkedIn. Like what I say, if it's possible, you can on your camera so that we can interact. If not, then I will start now. So I will show you some of best optimization techniques for LinkedIn and how I actually configure my profile, so that then you understand what are the components needed to optimize a good LinkedIn profile. And I hope that you can also take some of these learnings and uh, optimize your own LinkedIn profile as well. So as what I said, the recording will be stream live on my YouTube channel, and my YouTube channel is here. I will type in so that you can what you can do is you can go and subscribe to it, and you can see the recording right after this. So what will happen is normally it will take about roughly it will take about plus minus 2 hours for the recording to be fully transferred to my YouTube channel, right? So if you're just joining, hi, we are just about to start. And as I was saying, the recording is streamed on my YouTube channel and is in the Zoom chat, so you can actually subscribe to my YouTube channel so that you can get this recording, right? So welcome. Without further ado, we shall start. Okay, let me just project the slide. So hi, welcome everybody to the talk of secrets to a searchable profile. And today we want to explore what being searchable in LinkedIn mean to you and why is it important, right? So we're going to cover this topic today. Without further ado, let me do a self-introduction of myself. My name is Eugene Macarius, and I'm a former digital director of Standard Chartered Bank, retail banking in Singapore. And prior to that, I was also involved in the digitalization efforts of the Catholic Church in Singapore. Our team was involved in the infrastructure setup, website, and social media, and we train all the various volunteers as well. I've also got prior experiences in customer relationship management, shopper loyalty program, and we consult some of the biggest malls in Singapore on shopper loyalty, customer relationship management, and also personal data protection. I am an avid digital marketing strategist and a certified search engine optimization principal consultant, and my passion is to teach and empower people to know more about digital marketing as well. Personally, I manage 360 degrees digital marketing campaigns for some of the SMEs in Singapore so that they can create a digital footprint to attract, engage, and retain more customers. I was a mentor at Litian Academy for their professional diploma in digital marketing implementation, and I'm a mentor at Republic Poly Entrepreneurship Mentorship Scheme. Yeah, so that's a intro of myself. Just give me a minute. Let me just double check if I am streaming on my channel. Yep. Okay. I'm streaming on my channel, so I shall continue. So if you're joining me on my channel, I welcome you, and do place any questions that you have there so that I can address the questions as it comes along. Yeah. Okay. Just a minute. All right. So here it goes. Secrets to a searchable profile. So today what we will cover is the benefits of being on LinkedIn. That's point number 1. Point number 2, how you can discover some of the good components of a profile. Number 3 is when we are marketing on LinkedIn, what are our target audience? You know, who do we want to reach out, and how can we reach out with the right content? Next, we'll look at the setting up of your LinkedIn profile for success, and also updating the experiences to be searchable and relevant, and getting recommendations for credibility, and lastly, we'll look at social media ethics, and then we will take questions from there. So here are some of the benefits of being in LinkedIn. And as you know, LinkedIn is a professional platform. LinkedIn is originally developed for people who are looking for a job, finding a job, and it's seen as a platform where people go to only when they are looking for a job. Now, is that real? Is that true? That is one of the main purpose of LinkedIn. But is that the only purpose? So that is what we want to explore or discover. Because today LinkedIn, there are people who wants to work with you. They will search for you, your profile, and they will give you opportunities to do training. And this is very real. If you update your profile, you get opportunities to train, to speak. I'm speaking from experience here. So I've been also approached in LinkedIn recently to develop some courses that is able to get certain funding. So if I did not update my profile well, I will not be able to be found. So we want to look at this today, right? So is LinkedIn only for me if I'm looking for a job? So that is something that we want to look at. And firstly, we need to know that LinkedIn is the largest business-oriented networking website that is specially geared towards professional. It has over 500 million members and in over 200 countries. LinkedIn is free. We can create a profile for our own personal brand, for our own work experiences. We can also create this thing called a LinkedIn page. And if you create a LinkedIn page, this is how you are able to push out certain interests, or if let's say you have certain business, not necessarily business, sometimes if you have a interest for knitting, you can create a LinkedIn page about knitting. So it's really entirely up to you. So LinkedIn enables us the ability to showcase our profile, our expertise, our professional experiences, and showcase our achievements as well as our industry expertise. LinkedIn helps us expose to hiring managers and recruiters. 93% of people who are looking to hire are on LinkedIn, and they use it to research and recruit good candidates. LinkedIn is also an area where we can demonstrate our knowledge, our credibility, and our leadership expertise. LinkedIn is used as a research tool. You can search for people who are having a shared connection with you. Like for example, people who are from a certain company, or people who are in a certain job. For example, if you are currently serving BMW Performance Motors as a client, you can possibly look for the marketing manager of Toyota, for example, and you can actually tell the marketing manager of Toyota, currently we are serving Performance Motors, we are doing some of their marketing campaigns, are we able to speak to you? In that sense, you also not only use LinkedIn to hire somebody, but you use LinkedIn to form or to look for your customer, and also to form collaborative. For example, if you're looking for somebody that can help you do design, then you'll look in that area and you're able to be finding a freelancer as well. LinkedIn enables us to also look for potential business partners based on the various industry and experiences. We are also able to follow companies in our industry to get relevant updates so that we know the market changes and vulnerability, right? We are able to join LinkedIn groups to participate in robust discussion about our industry, and also to network with people of similar interests. And of course, one of the reasons that LinkedIn is very strong in this area is you want to connect to similar people And if you are looking to change job, you will be able to find the right company or the right decision maker, right? So this is an example, right? So we're gonna look at the components of a good LinkedIn profile and what they are, so that we know how we can optimize them. And I will show you how some of the components I was able to optimize my LinkedIn profile for those, right? So here are the components of a good LinkedIn profile. So this is an example of my LinkedIn profile, and you can see that I've got my name, I've got the banner, I've got my photo, my professional photo, and there is one section that says providing services. And also, if you are open to work, you can also tell recruiters that you are open to work, or currently are you looking for full-time or not full-time work. So LinkedIn also enable to show you the analytics. So for example, in the past weeks, I have 733 people viewing my profile. I have 4,000 times that my LinkedIn post is loaded up, and there are 850 search appearance. That means I appear 850 times everybody search a certain relevant keywords. So as you can see, that LinkedIn is very powerful. So for example, some of the keywords here you can see are perhaps corporate training, perhaps mentor, perhaps digital marketing coach, digital sales expert, PDPA training. So if people are searching for such terms, I will appear, and that gives me chance for more opportunity. So here are the components of a good LinkedIn profile. We will cover later. The banner image, the profile photo, the headline. Headline is the one that says currently right now ACLP certified digital director, corporate trainer, personal branding, leads generation, and digital marketing mentor at Republic Poly. That small paragraph, that is what headline is. Then the providing services, what kind of services you're providing. There's featured, activity, about, experience, education, license and certification, skills, recommendations, honors and awards, languages and interests. We'll come to that step by step. I'll show you how I actually optimize my LinkedIn profile, right? So next we come to a very important point, that before we actually optimize our profile, we must know who are the people that we want to talk to. And these are what we call the target audience, right? So our target audience are basically those people that we are writing the content for. And who are they? So welcome to this concept called the buyer persona. And when we explore the buyer persona, we are looking at who are the potential people that could result in buying the product or services that we eventually are marketing. So for example, I'm a digital marketing trainer. I am also doing consultancy work, digital marketing consultancy work for companies as well. So the content that I roll out must somehow tell people that I have just completed this training. If you want to join, just drop me a message, or perhaps I have just acquired this client and what we do for the client as a case study. And if you want us to help you look at your digital marketing strategies, then do contact us. So your content must be that. But before you even look at content, you need to know who are the people that likely will buy from you. And that is what we call a buyer persona. And the term buyer persona, marketing persona, or target persona are all the same. They are used interchangeably and the meaning is the same. So what is a persona? A persona is a fictitious representation of your ideal customer based on the research and data that you have. And a persona can be mapped to a specific person. So let's say you say that your persona, you are mapping to your niece who is in her early 20s, who like Korean food and Korean fashion. Then that persona is what you are trying to say is that when you see this type of people, these are the people that will actually buy from me. And my niece is the closest example of it. And so what you can do is you can ask her for some of her feedback, ask her friends for some of the feedback, whatever that you want to buy. So what is the reason that we want to craft a persona? Is so that we can craft our message more clearly across, right? So typically for a business, you have a couple of persona that you want to look at. Probably, and normally your persona are organized into age bracket. Like for example, 18 to 22 female, then 18 to 22 male. Then you have the bigger age group that you can organize into a different persona. Reason for organizing into different persona so that you, because different persona have different interests, and when they have different interests, your way of writing is different, and the way their pain point is different. So that's how you actually reach out to them. The more persona that you have, or the more you are able to zoom in to a persona, to a specific person of a specific age range, or maybe gender as well, the more accurate your writing will be, right? So the persona can be given, represented in different segments of your service, and that will also relate to your customer base. So ask yourself, who are my customers? Who are likely to buy? And then from there, you actually split out into the various persona. So buyer persona can change over time, and always we have to review our persona, and in all, our buyer personas help you keep your messaging very focused, because we can address them on certain age group, certain concerns. We know their problems, and we also know their behaviors. For example, if they are millennials, they have no time to watch a long 15-20 minutes video. So if you are going to engage them in videos, you probably do a 3-minute video, 5-minute video, get the message across, and then after which you will tell them to, if they are interested, to watch the full YouTube video of 18 minutes, 15 minutes, and all in all, your buyer persona help you keep your message focused again by addressing the customer needs, the pain points through your content, instead of you pushing your own agenda. So this is an example of a persona. It is not clear, but basically a persona should basically have, ideally mapped to a person, what's the age group, what's the interest, what's her occupation, what is she like, what kind of content she like, and is she always on the go, does she like traveling, does she have certain preferences. So the objective is, when we have this persona, we will be able to identify our scope of messaging. We will be able to map out certain characteristics, and then we will write to them so that they will feel very belong, right? When you write to them and they feel very belong, then they will know that you are writing to them. They feel that your marketing message is very personalized. So what is a buyer persona? Why is it important to craft a buyer persona? Because when we craft a buyer persona, we will know their preferences, we know their demographics, we know where they hang out. Based on certain demographics, we will guess if their age range is too young, they are probably not on the Facebook generation. Then perhaps they are hanging out on Instagram. Younger still, perhaps they are hanging out on TikTok. So once you know they hang out, once you know their demographics and all that, you can use things like colors and reach them out to their lingo so that they find that your message is very clear to them, right? And the reason why we have persona is so that we can craft the better and more relevant messaging and targeting to the right platform. So we have covered certain important attributes that we will look at when we are optimizing our LinkedIn. And we have talked about customer persona, basically being able to identify who you want to reach out to, know their preference, know their demographics, know where they hang out, know the colors and the lingo, so that we can craft better message and ask ourselves, are we able to reach out to a persona, for example, our niece, 22-year-old female who likes Korean fashion and Korean food. And then and then once we know this, we can craft better messaging to her. So for example, this is an example. If it's a halal satay company, and the halal satay company, their immediate persona or immediate way that they want to target are Malays, Muslims, people who like satay, people who like halal related interests or Malay related interests, people who like barbecue, and people who like Muslim food and Muslim related culture. So knowing this, we know what kind of persona we are looking at, what are the various age range, and then we can craft the relevant message to the people. So this helps you have a visual representation of how the persona could be for the halal company, halal satay company. Right, now we go to the setting up of LinkedIn for your success. Right, and basically we'll look at this again, and basically I'll show you my LinkedIn profile. So this is a demo. I will walk through the various aspects of how I optimize it, and then we will get back to the slides, and then we'll do the Q&A as well. Okay, just hang on. So let me share my LinkedIn. Okay, so this is my LinkedIn profile. So first, I would like to show you the different components. So as you can see here in the banner, it says ITOL, Institute of Training and Occupational Learning, and I'm a member of ITOL. So this is what we call the banner. And the banner, it is a very important space because the banner is something that people will look for and people will identify you with. And right now, I am doing this association to tell people that I am part of this ITOL as a member, and that gives me, because ITOL is a professional body in the training and learning and development space in the UK. It's an institute, prestigious institute, so I am actually associating myself with that, so that will give a certain credibility to me. Second point that we want to look at is the photo here. And at the photo here, we will look at getting a photo done professionally, taken in the studio, get it done professionally. You might want to dress in some business attire, right? You can do that. Next, we come to, of course, your name, right? And being a member of ITOL allows us to use this to show that is M is for member of ITOL. So it's somewhat like a association that we can use in our name. So the next thing that we want to look at is this. This is what we call the headline intro. And the headline intro is important because it actually tells people your experiences, and the keywords that you set here are important because the keywords that you set here, when people are searching for certain things, you will show up. For example, when people are searching for corporate trainer, I will show up. When people are searching for lead generation, I will show up. People are searching for branding, I will show up. Digital marketing, I will show up. Mentor, maybe. And also digital marketing coach, digital sales expert, PDPA training. I will show up in all this area, right? So this is a key area. This is the headline, and the keywords that you put in here normally relates to your profession. So it's very important that we choose the right keywords so that when people are searching for the certain keywords, we show up, right? Also, the other section here that we can look at is basically the providing services part here. So when we click providing services, we can select these are some of the services here, and we can key in an extra text here. Let's say, for example, lead generation expert digital marketing coach. Okay, so let's say I enter here. So it enables us to, hang on, maybe let me copy this first. Just give me a second. Okay, so this about is actually the when you click save. So basically LinkedIn provides a service page for you. So here you can tell people more about your services, and these are some of the categories that if people are searching for you, you show up, okay, and your services page has been updated. So if I go back to my profile page, whatever that I edited, that is my service page. It doesn't affect the heading here that I have already set, right? So now moving down, now you will come to this part where it says analytics. So analytics, this part is not viewed by the general public, but it's just information that you can see. Also similarly, this part are just information that you can see. Then we scroll down. So now we come to this section called featured. And in featured, what we can do is we can actually create certain posts to show our expertise. So like for example, I have this only SEO UK certified course in Asia and Australia. So I am putting this here to tell people that when people click on this, so basically this is my post. When people click on this, they can actually look at the, this is actually a PDF form. One thing I like about LinkedIn is that when you upload a PDF file, of course my PDF file is purposely designed in landscape format. I use Canva, C-A-N-V-A, and when people look at this, people can actually look at what are the details of my course, what do I cover, what are the modules in day 1, day 2. They can look at this. They can look, oh, okay, here are some of the testimonials, and they can look at what is the type of course that I have and how to contact me. So basically, the featured section earlier here are actually the LinkedIn post, right? P-O-S-T that we created, but we can select the more prominent post or whatever that we want to highlight. We can highlight is here in the featured section. Next, this part activity is basically every time we have a post, every time we interact with somebody's post, it will all show here. It's like a blog, so you can see what are your interactions. And the other thing to note is, for my case, for my LinkedIn profile, I have 23,000 followers, meaning to say that people actually, I have added 23,000 people, right, as part of my network. So if you join my network, you have access to 23,000 people. So the point about LinkedIn is, who are the people that you are connecting? Mainly these are people that you find that it could be your future customer, or people that you find that could be your potential collaborators. So for example, if you are in the digital marketing space, digital marketing training like me, I will add a few digital marketing trainers, a few people that own training institutions, and a few similar people that are working in my client's office because I have very close business interaction with them, or I will add people who are working in my client's competitor in the marketing department perhaps. So by connecting to them, they will start seeing my content, right? They will have a notification that I'm trying to connect with them, and if they accept, then they will start seeing my content, seeing my marketing tips and all that, and hopefully in the mind that this forms a very subtle advertising. I'm not really pushing the services, but they will know that, oh, okay, this marketing strategy is good, and eventually over time they might inquire me to do marketing for them, right? So this is kind of like a very subtle marketing technique, guerrilla marketing. Okay, so next part is this about text is very important. The about text, so LinkedIn allows you to have 2,600 characters. Try to make full use of this, because this is another area where whatever keywords that we enter, this will form the keyword database, and whoever that's searching you using certain keywords, mainly LinkedIn will pull from your heading and also from what you optimize in the about to show your profile. And that is very important, that you need to basically know. Like for example, for me, I'm doing SEO, digital marketing, certain keywords will need to be there. First page of major search engines such as Google, this is like SEO, qualified leads. So in case people are searching for such keywords, I will appear, right? And next part, this is the experiences, right? So the experiences, these are institutes that I work with, like for example, CSC. I'm giving some training for you guys. I'm also an associate trainer at US Training. I also do training for Singapore Association for Continuing Education, and I'm a corporate trainer at ITOR. So these are the experiences. And now, how do you update experiences such that it also appear in the search? Because the experiences have keywords as well. So each experience has a keyword. Like for example here, this is my YouTube channel, iamseoking.com. And here I put digital director and all this. So I say I have a 2 days SEO certification program in the UK, right? So you want to bring across some of the key milestones that you have done for this particular role. So for example, like here in this role, I'm a mentor for Litian Academy. So I'm a student mentor, digital marketing strategy. So I actually help them do all these things that are related and all the modules that I cover. So similarly, if you look at, so for example, this role, I am involved in the mobile app, I'm some community editor, and I'm involved in the website. So very clearly you can know I'm doing volunteer management. But one strategy that you could optimize your LinkedIn profile is this. For example, look at this. I was a senior manager at Black Blue Media Group. This is the period. And how I did my LinkedIn profile optimizing for experiences is different, because I actually highlighted here the client, what are the work that I do for the client, and every client I highlight here. Very seldom people do this, and the objective of this, when you highlight the client and what are the work that you do, people can then look at, oh, okay, your clients are some of the well-known brands, or your client are some of the automotive industry. Oh, that means you are expert, you're doing digital marketing for the automotive industry. So that is some way that when people are reading your profile, that's how you actually gain certain credibility right? And you look at this, for example, when I was at this company called iColumn, I actually implemented Setia City Mall back in Malaysia, right? And some of my clients include 313 Somerset, Ion Orchard, Far East groups of malls, and Maple Tree group of malls. And I was also involved in GEM, the Jurong East Mall, right? And as you can see here, once you highlight clients like, for example, EasyLink and American Express. So what will happen is that sometimes when people are searching for EasyLink and American Express, your profile shows up, and your profile shows up in the search, and they will read that you are, oh, okay, you are a digital director, or you are good at branding, lead generation, and digital marketing. So people make that association that when they are searching for American Express, EasyLink, and things like that, your profile shows up because of the association, or that you have worked with them before. So people also make the association that, oh, okay, your profile is linked to the various brands, and perhaps, oh yes, I need someone to do marketing, but this guy has done marketing for American Express, EasyLink. Okay, I'll look for him. So that's how by optimizing your experiences, that people will actually make your profile also more searchable online, right? So we have covered the heading here. We've covered the heading. We've covered the about, the featured, where you can put your posts. We have covered the about here. These are the keywords that you can optimize on your profile, and we have looked at how we can optimize the experience as well, right? And the other part that here is education. So we want to highlight some of the key academic achievement that we have done, right? And this is the area where we will highlight the education experience. And of course, when we come down here, we will highlight our licenses and certification. So like recently I went to this introduction to Geragogy guidelines by IAL, and because it is a requirement that if I'm teaching the elderly, I need to go to listen and understand this guideline. So by putting this introduction to Geragogy guidelines by C3A, I am indirectly telling people that I am qualified to train seniors, because I have attended this Geragogy guidelines and I have already understood the training that is provided. So similarly, if people see that, okay, ACLP, Advanced Certificate in Learning and Performance, I have completed module 2, and also I have done things like, oh, okay, I've attended a professional course in how to conduct assessment, how to deliver, design and develop training curriculum, how to do coaching, how to do on-the-job training, how to do deliver and facilitate learning. And I'm also qualified for the fundamentals of PDPA, and I'm also an advanced SEO strategy by Search Engine Academy. So the certifications further enhances your professional experiences. So very often, more often than not, people will leave this license and certifications portion blank. So although you need to take some time to update this, I think it's very important, because the more you update, the better your profile will appear on search. And that's why I was able to get a couple of hundred every week in terms of appearing on search, right? So the next part is the skills part, and the skills part is very important because people endorse you for the skills that you are good at. So for example, social media marketing, people endorse me, and sometimes you can see some of the more popular names, they themselves who are also highly skilled, they endorse me. So that says a lot about your credibility, that somebody that is good in this area also endorse you. For example, SEO, search engine optimization, somebody that is good in the field also endorse me. So that actually means that I have a certain credibility as well. I was able to gain this credibility because somebody actually endorsed me for the skills. And also this part here, recommendations is very important. Skill and recommendations, normally people don't play a part. So recommendations is very important because I make it a point over the last 1.5 years for whoever that try to attend my training, and if I know who they are, I make it a point to ask them to write a recommendation. So like for example, you look at this, Amos Marcus Cole, he's a real estate guy. He has a real estate company. Learn a lot from the 2 days. Definitely will use the knowledge for the whole team. So he sent his whole team and he himself together to learn. So learn SEO, and then he gave me an endorsement. So Sarah, she is entering a university, so she actually placed she actually placed a testimonial as well. And look at that, when you look at recommendations, I've got 34 recommendations. So if you are looking for a digital marketing trainer, and let's say I appear on the list together with 3 or 4 other trainers, and you look at the recommendation section, the other trainers have almost 0 or very little recommendation. I have 34 recommendations. Who will you choose to do your corporate training? So a lot of people don't realize that recommendations play a very important part, but it is also tedious for you to try to go and reach out to people and say, hey, we've done this project together. Could you write me a recommendation about how you find working with me and things like that? You'll be surprised that all you need to do is to ask. People are more than willing to write a recommendation for you. But if you don't ask, you don't get the recommendation. So I learned the hard way. Over the last 1.5 years, I was trying to really actively ask, and that's why I was able to get 34 recommendations. You can connect with me. So the other thing is honors and awards. I volunteered my time as a book judge in September 2021. So I'm just going to write there. Although it is not directly related to the work that I do, but by volunteering ourselves as a judge, as a mentor, when we sit as a panel and things like that, this will actually help further enhance our expertise. So the other thing is we just bother to update the languages that we have, and also the last part is the interest, right? So going back to the slide here, let me just quickly show you the slide. Hang on. Yeah, so we have went through the demo of how to set up a LinkedIn profile to make it more searchable. Just some points here. For a good LinkedIn profile, if it's searchable, you will realize that I bother to actually optimize every single section of my LinkedIn profile. Well, almost about, I think my profile is almost about 80% optimized when compared to a normal person that will not really optimize all these things. I was able to get 850 search appearances, and this is on a weekly basis. So on a weekly basis, I appear 850 times on LinkedIn, right? And we look at, these are some of the things that we have covered: the banner image, the profile image, headline, and all this all the way. So how do we make our experience searchable so that we can get the similar results? So as you look at this, you actually highlighted some of your experiences, what actually you do in there. A lot of people just say, oh, okay, I'm a digital marketing manager. I manage campaigns for social media and all that. That's not good enough, right? So you need to further write more details about what you do. And lastly, also, you can consider classifying the description by client and what you do. And like what I say, this will help you because people will actually also see that you are not only a senior digital marketing manager at this company, but you also serve the following clients. And I think that's important, right? So enhance your profile's credibility. So we have the featured section, as what we say. Certain posts we can feature, so you know that okay, I am having a SEO course, but my SEO course is the only SEO UK certified course in Asia and Australia. So that means something for my credibility, and also my link to ITOL earlier. Licenses and certifications actually tell you that, oh, okay, I am, trained in, I can, I am formally trained in how to develop and conduct assessment, how to look at the skills framework, and how to pedagogy guidelines, meaning that I can train uh, senior learners as well, right? And also, of course, we look at recommendations is important. It can immediately tell people what kind of trainer to expect if they engage me for their corporate training, right? And lastly, we look at social media etiquette. And social media etiquette is very important because um, social media, you have to be very aware of what people post online and be very aware about your responses as well. So also there are some tips that, as we can see the LinkedIn, if you complete as much of your profile as possible, you become more and more searchable on the LinkedIn platform. And not only that, you will appear in the Google search as well when people are searching for certain things. You connect with people you know, or at least you have heard of them. You respond politely, say please, thank you frequently, and keep your updates very interesting, professional, so that people will read. And like what you say, as what I shown you, so LinkedIn has this very nice interface that if you upload a PDF file, they will actually turn it into like a slide where people can go left, right. So I think that's a very cool interface that you, as what I've shown you, right? So give recommendation to get recommendation. Be honest always, and participate, and always use video whenever possible, because video always engages people, right? And yeah, so with that, I have actually ended my talk. I hope that it has been useful to you. Do we have any questions? You can actually unmute and ask, right? I think we still have time. We can take a couple of questions. Do you have any questions? Or any feedback? How do you find the talk? Is it good? Anyone? Anyone has any question? You can actually type on the chat also. All right. Looks like you don't have any questions. So if that's the case, then we'll end the talk. Thank you for watching. For listening as well. As what I said, you can actually get the replay on the talk here, right? And I will type in the Zoom chat so that you can subscribe to my YouTube channel and you can get this replay instantly. And if you are watching the replay and you have any question, just type it in the comments there. Then I will respond accordingly. All right. Now I thank you for your time for Saturday afternoon to attend this talk, and I hope that it's been very useful for you on how you can optimize your LinkedIn profile so that your LinkedIn profile will appear better in the searches as well. Right. So thank you very much. This is Eugene signing off. I thank CSC for the opportunity to give this training to all of you. Thank you very much. Cheers.